Hey guys, welcome back to Trek on the Tube. This is a news video. I had a whole intro planned about, there's been no big news recently, no huge Star Trek related news, and I wanted to just talk about the tidbits of information before, I think it's New York Comic Con that's coming up or whatever. But there is big news, sad news. Actor Aron Eisenberg from Deep Space Nine passed away just a few days ago. So he was Nog, and I never met the guy. I haven't had the opportunity to meet any of the Star Trek actors aside from Captain Lorca up there. But yeah, he seems like a fantastic person. He moved me in the documentary, the Deep Space Nine documentary, What We Left Behind, and I'm very sad. Yeah. The rest of the news doesn't seem very important at this point, but there's still things to talk about, and there are still positive things going on in the world of Star Trek, and so I think we'll start with that. All right, let's jump right in. My condolences to his family and friends, and may he rest in peace. As I said, let's talk about some positive Star Trek Discovery. The show just won 3 Saturn Awards and an Emmy Award. I mean, how great is that? On a very personal level, I admit, I couldn't care less about the Saturn Awards. To me, they mean absolutely nothing. I don't know why, but in my mind, there are 2 awards that count. Emmy for television, Academy for film, and that's it. That being said, the show did win 3 Saturn Awards and an Emmy Award nonetheless, so congratulations to all involved. The Emmy was awarded for Outstanding Prosthetic Makeup, and the reason why I'm focusing on this just a bit is because yes, many of us disagree with the visual redesign of Discovery, but this award celebrates the quality of the makeup, not its meaning, not its in-world coherence or validity. For example, friggin' Threshold from Voyager won this very same award back in the day. As we remember, the episode, is garbage, but the makeup is good. It's all about the technical prowess, and, quite frankly, bringing it back to Discovery, a big congratulations to everyone involved. It always makes me so proud as a Star Trek fan, as a Trekkie, when our beloved franchise wins any award, basically. So, yeah. Big thumbs up. It's well deserved. While we're talking about Season 2, let me just mention that the Blu-ray/DVD will be coming out on November 12th. This is what it's gonna look like. I will be doing the same thing as last year. So I'm gonna buy a DVD, open it, watch it, make an overview video going over all of the extra content it offers, and then I'll organize a giveaway. More on that when the time comes. I guess just know that I have already pre-ordered it, and it'll come when it comes, right? Moving on to Season 3. Drama. Behind the scenes drama, oh my goodness, what is going on? Well, Walter Mosley, a prolific American novelist, had been hired by Alex Kurtzman to work on Discovery Season 3, but not long after this, he quit. If we are to believe what's being reported, what happened was basically Mosley was simply recounting a story in the writer's room about a cop that used the N-word multiple times while talking to him. Following that discussion, he got a call from HR telling him someone in the writer's room was offended by his use of the N-word, and the person from HR informed him that this kind of complaint usually leads to dismissal of the offender. Apparently, Mosley was baffled by the fact he was contacted, not only because, he was the only black person in the room, but also because he was simply recounting the events of something he had at one time experienced. Following this, he decided to quit. There's a massive discussion to be had about this. I personally detest the social justice warrior movement and these newfound extremes to which it's being taken. This kind of situation is a very sad symptom of the world in which we are currently moving into. I don't want to downplay this and say it's not important, because frankly it is, but this is neither the time nor the place to talk about this in depth. This is just a news video, so I'll leave it at this. Mosley was part of the writing team for a while. Now he's not. It's a sad story, and it's disappointing to see him leave. But honestly, it won't affect the show's schedule or anything, so yeah. Talking about schedules, Shazad Latif recently told us that the Section 31 show is probably going to get a 2021 release. Of course, this is speculation as much on his part as it is ours, but the late 2021 release would make sense considering they first want to release Discovery Season 3. CBS officially trademarked Star Trek Section 31 as a TV show not long ago, by the way, so the show is most definitely coming. They also trademarked Star Trek Prodigy, which could be the name of the upcoming NickTrek show, or the Starfleet Academy show, or, something else entirely. All bets are off at this point. What do you guys think? Regarding NickTrek, Dan and Kevin Hageman, the creators, tweeted this picture of the writers. They also included their Twitter handles, just in case anyone wants to give them a follow. I'm not familiar with any of these people, but I'm curious to see what they bring to the table. There is another thing I'm pretty excited about, regarding this NickTrek. Recently, a fan talked about how beautiful the artwork on the animated series is, and I couldn't agree more. Here are some of the animated series backgrounds that the user shared. Look at this. This is amazing. Anyhow, brothers Dan and Kevin replied to this very tweet by a "just wait," and I'm freaking overjoyed by this. It's amazing. It makes me happy to know that the creators of this new animated Star Trek are aware of and enjoy the style that came before. Maybe we're gonna get backgrounds that are very similar to these ones, or maybe we'll go to the same planets. Who knows? Lower Decks, the other animated show, also saw its writers group up and take a picture. Here it is. I show you this only because it gives me an excuse to talk about Lower Decks, and again, express how hype I am for this show. This leaked footage, by the way, is technically our first look at the animation itself. Yep, she blinks. God, I'm loving it. Let's move on to Star Trek Picard, the big show that everyone wants to know and talk about. Worf.
Ah, Worf, the traitor. The pariah, the lowest of the low.
There was a rumor going around that Worf was going to be a part of the show. This began because someone noticed his autograph on this Star Trek Picard clapper that everyone from the set signed. Not long after the rumor began, however, a Star Trek Picard representative shut it down and said that Worf would in fact not be appearing on the show. Many still don't believe him. They think that, he's lying. But officially, there's no Worf. We do already know Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis are coming back to cameo as Riker and Troy, though, respectively. Frakes recently confirmed two things. They are together, as a couple, and I quote, "it's non-military," so we're assuming they're no longer a part of Starfleet. Theory crafters have gone as far as to say the show will feature their child, or at least the child of Deanna Troi, because one of the characters is named Kestra, and that was the name of Deanna's deceased sister we learn about in TNG. It would seem that the actor they have to play that part is pretty much the right age. We'll see. It would make sense, I guess. It works, it fits. Another theory is that the ship featured on the show will be called La Sirena. People have been saying this because of this picture. We do know that the ship we're going to see isn't a Starfleet ship, so having this kind of name for it does seem probable, similar to how Seven's parents' ship was called the Raven, etc. Now, this is kind of unrelated, but I feel like I have to address it, either to correct myself or just, update you on the evolution of the rumors here. I don't know. This character, which I originally thought was Kabar, is apparently called Elnor. I mention this because since I assumed he was Kabar, that would have made him Romulan. In actual fact, he might be Vulcan. Members of my beautiful committee of Trekkies, that I'm a part of, actually pointed out to me that his forehead is smooth, whereas these guys, which are clearly Romulans, seem to have a bit of a V-shaped ridge like the Next Generation Romulans. I don't know. Frankly, I'm confused because on the show's IMDb page, there's not even a mention of Kabar. But originally, those were one of the characters that they wanted. Maybe they changed the character's name. Maybe they changed the character's race. Maybe something happened that I'll never be able to explain. In any case, I just wanted to clear that up. Kabar might not exist. Kabar might not be called Elnor. Elnor might never have been a Romulan. He was maybe always a Vulcan. I don't know. I don't get it. If you understand what's going on, try and explain it to me. Anyway, Robert Picardo, aka the Doctor from Voyager, is all but confirmed for Season 2. CBS has reached out to his agent. They've expressed interest in having him back, or at least bringing him into the fold in Season 2, and he says he's pleased about that. So, conclusion is, it feels like he's going to be in Season 2. Nothing can be confirmed at this point. The writers probably don't even have much more than, an outline for the story they want to tell. So who's to say who they'll bring back to the franchise or not? But considering the Doctor's close relationship with Seven of Nine, and considering she's basically main in this first season, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if they did indeed bring him in. Picardo is not the only actor to have expressed a desire to come back to Star Trek. George Takei and William Shatner also want to return and be a part of Tarantino Trek. I think basically every Star Trek actor at this point has said that they want to work with Tarantino, so whatever he ends up doing, he doesn't have to worry about the cast and convincing people to reprise their roles. Everyone is already on board. And there you go. That just about covers it. Let me finish by saying that CBS and Viacom have officially merged. The company is now known as Viacom CBS. Every week, we're getting more news about what that means for the company, for the networks, the shows, the movies they have planned, or how it affects the current ones. Honestly, no one has really said anything concrete about how this all affects Star Trek as an entity, but just knowing that the entire franchise is now sitting comfortably under one roof is fantastic, and I can't wait to see what this brings us. Hopefully, there'll be more connective tissue between the movies and the TV series, and we'll get a Star Trek universe, as they're selling it now, that will feel and be more like something like the MCU. Alright, that's it. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, I wanted to cover these tidbits before something big comes out about one of these new shows, and then I'm overwhelmed. Actually, I did have one more thing I wanted to talk about before I leave. I have decided to set up a Patreon and Trek on the Tube store. Now, I will be doing an official video announcement sometime soon, explaining the reasons behind these decisions. I will also take the time to actually promote the links and talk about them at length. Everything will be explained. As I said, it'll be its own video, but considering both websites are already live, I thought I might as well mention it today. On the store, you can get t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, sporting various, Trek on the Tube designs. More will come, don't worry. But if you want to get in early, check out the link in the description. Regarding the Patreon, the link is also in the description. You can check that out now. If you know how Patreon works, then you're set. If you don't worry. I'll be explaining all about that website and how it helps this channel in the official video. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and continuing to watch my content. Thank you so much for sharing, and yeah, so that's, well, carry on, Don't forget to subscribe, share, and most of all, live long and prosper.